I
You've
am.
sat close to the computer now. I can only see the top of your head now. Sit back, relax. I've got here. I've just found, because I've just kicked it, a box full of Transformers.
Okay.
Not robots in disguise, proper Transformers. So it was 12 volts AC you wanted, wasn't
It was, yes.
12 volts DC.
Nope. Got
No.
lots of them.
What's this one? Output 12 volts.
Morning.
And I think
Morning.
it's DC. Morning, Jess.
Who's that? It's your phone friends.
Is it dark? Oh no, she's there. Hello.
I can't see you guys yet, but I will in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can see you. You just popped up.
Wicked.
Yeah. You're choppy
That's
again.
left
I think you're on dodgy internet there.
Yeah, it's not great.
Or somebody's like streaming a movie or something over it at the same time.
I think everyone's. We're on Talk, and
Oh, that explains it.
yeah, and also I told you Adam streamed through one of the cables, didn't I?
You
Oh
do.
yeah.
And twisted them back together.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I've got 8.
You've got a what?
8.
I said
Homemade Victoria sponge.
You've got a homemade Victoria sponge. Just pass it through there. Just pass it over. Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah.
We're not getting any video from anybody else because you're making a noise all the time. There's enough noise in the background of that to be making a noise all the time. Press the space bar on it. No, that's muted now, Alan. That's it. You might have to just. Did you press the space bar to mute yourself?
Come on. No.
You press the space bar to unmute.
Oh right, I see. Right, that's all right then. That's all right.
But
yeah.
then there's no other noise here.
Oh, there was definitely white noise coming from that.
I shall log out and log back in.
Okie dokie. Righty ho. Looks like Jess is stitching something.
Yeah. I've made another towel poncho thing. Did I tell you about them?
Towel poncho. No, it was booties last week that you were.
Oh right. I'm on towel ponchos now.
Towel ponchos.
Yeah. So I'll show you. But it's basically 2 towels sewn together with a hole for your head, like poncho. Oi, go back in there. Ta-da!
I see.
So it's massive. So when you go to the beach or swimming in a river or whatever, then you can get changed under your towel. Like a monster towel. They call them dry robes, posh people.
Dry robes?
Yeah.
Are all robes not dry?
Precisely.
Yeah. Thought the idea was that all your robes were supposed to stay dry. Huh?
Yeah. But yeah, I've been tie-dyeing old towels that are a bit knackered, and then stitching them together. Make these.
Cool.
Who's
Excellent.
the recording bot? Andy, will you explain who the recording bot is to Lucian?
The recording bot is just another computer that's got nobody on it, but that's doing the recording of the things when it goes to YouTube. So,
can you say that again?
the recording bot is just another computer with nobody sat at it that records everything. Because I'm doing this on my phone, and my phone's not powerful enough to record it. So there's a computer sat downstairs that's doing the recording, and that's what the recording bot is.
There's Alan.
Hello.
That's why it never speaks.
Ah.
That sounds better, Alan.
Hello.
This is totally weird.
Why is it weird?
Because I've got screen reader coming through with headphones and you coming through the computer.
Weird.
Oh. You must have got a fancy graphics card with 2 outputs then.
I've got something. I know we've done. You know that thing I lent you when you were trying your radio station stuff.
Oh, that little black box. Yeah, I've still got that somewhere. Well spotted, Alan.
No, you gave me back.
Did I give you that?
Yeah, I had that on a laptop because when we were playing music and different things at the Blind Society, I could actually use it to put the screen reader through the headphones and then actually put the amp for the PA system through the box as well, so we could have it on different channels.
Oh, you did well there, so I could make it work, that.
But this, why is this doing it like this? I don't no idea.
It's something to do with your audio settings on your...
I've done some. It's the first time it's done it.
On your machine.
Minus £400. Yeah. You didn't listen.
What's she doing? 400 grams?
No. Lucian's on the computer because he's looking at speakers. It's his birthday next month. He's going, Jess, how much money have you got? And I said, minus £400.
I thought you were making a recipe with minus 400 grams.
Yeah, no. What an overdraft, darling. You and your brother have got 100 quid between you. Negotiate with your brother. I'm having nothing to do with it. No. I told you what I'm giving you. You're having my old computer. Once Gareth's finished fixing it. How much money do you have really? Really, that is really what I have. No, in real life, not
box of Transformers.
Talk to you about it.
Yeah, you haven't found one AC.
I haven't, but I have, however, found a bicycle tyre removal tool. Not sure why that's in a box.
You mean a tyre lever?
Yeah. Yeah, bicycle tyre lever, yeah.
Well, then you mean Dad needs to talk about it later.
I've also found the world's shortest telephone cable as well.
Hey, did you find that adapter, Alan?
No, it's what Andy's looking in his box for now.
Just looking in my box of gubbins, see if I've found a box full of them, but none of the right value sort of thing. Well, I've got a load more somewhere, I think.
It'll turn. You'll
Can you
find
smell
one.
that down the video, guys?
Sorry?
Can you smell that? This one's just done a massive fart.
No, I can't smell it. Luckily, it doesn't come over video.
Vile.
That's only because of food you're putting in him.
True. We did have cake for breakfast.
You had cake for breakfast?
The first breakfast, yeah. Second breakfast, eggs and sausages and that. But it was Adam's birthday tea, so me and Lester made a big Victoria sponge yesterday with jam and buttercream and put loads of strawberries on top and blueberries. It was amazing. But we didn't eat it all yesterday, so we had some more for breakfast.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Excellent.
And then we went to the park to burn it off and had a big game of football instead.
Yeah.
Because there was nobody. We went out at like 8 o'clock and it went quiet then, so we were all right.
You're very lucky if it's quiet. I think people have just given up on the lockdown here.
Really?
Everybody's just out acting normal here. So I'm still avoiding them all though.
Oh, good.
I'm trying to figure out what we do when Marion comes back.
What we do with her, or
Yeah.
ah,
Do we have to put her in quarantine? Is she coming to stay with you?
maybe.
Just dawned on me that I've said I'll fetch her from the airport, but I've got no idea where she's going.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I'm just wondering if we need to quarantine her for a couple of weeks.
Well, this is the thing, because we've got 2 kids coming in and out because they go to their mums. So technically, she should stay in quarantine for 2 weeks. But anyway, we'll figure this out. Are you going to edit this bit out or what?
I'm not sure there's been anything worth editing in yet so far this morning. So.
Steph's just joined us.
Who's joined us?
Steph.
Steph? Hey there, Steph.
Hiya.
Must be on a different screen. Hang on. Oh yeah, he's
Still
there.
loading.
How can I change what is on a screen?
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it does 4 on a screen, and 2 of them I don't particularly need to see because one of them's me and one of them's just an icon. So I'd quite like to get you and Alan, the top of Alan's head.
Well, don't worry about me because I haven't got my video on anyway.
Ah.
She's in the dark.
Well, if I can see the icon, I know you're there though. That's the...
Full confession. Had a 40th birthday party on a Zoom call last night, and I'm still in my PJs, so no video from me.
You had a 40th birthday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you fell over dancing and spilt red wine on the video cam. So you're doing all right?
No, not my 40th birthday, a friend.
Oh, good. So you can't possibly be 40.
Not yet. Wait, it's not that long away, but it's not yet.
Oh.
And
Wow.
anyway, you don't want to see the top of my head.
No, we can see your old face now.
No, because I was cutting my hair yesterday.
Oh, how did that go?
And Sandra's just walked in, yeah, and you don't want to see that.
It don't look ridiculous, actually.
I think it does.
She thinks it does.
She's there, I heard that. How does she know? She can't see it.
I just said it feels ridiculous.
It feels ridiculous.
And this is weird because I'm talking to them through this microphone. Screen reader's talking to me through the headset, and they're talking to me through a computer screen.
Welcome to the world of gallery talkback, Alan.
Yeah.
You want to try being a newsreader?
Yeah, all those bits going off.
They do a thing on the news. Don't do it so much now because they have computers and things to help them. But they used to do a thing where if they had any breaking news, they had an earpiece. Somebody said it to them in their ear, and as the person was saying it, they had to relay it and say it again.
News just in.
Yeah. And that is one of the hardest things to do. If ever you watch the news and you want a bit of entertainment, try saying what the newsreader is saying, but 2 words behind them.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly difficult thing to do.
So are you fixing anything, Steph? Are you just chatting today?
No, I haven't really got anything. I'm still trying to get hold of a screwdriver thin enough to access that bubble machine that I bought on a couple of weeks ago.
Ah.
I tried about 5 different screwdrivers from neighbours, and none of them were thin enough to get down this.
What area are you in?
S11.
Oh, okay. I'll private message you after because I'm S7 near Cafe 9 and I've got a box full of teeny tiny screwdrivers.
Are they?
That's-
It needs to be a Phillips head, but really, but now
Tiny
fairly
crosshead.
long.
One of them she wants, Jeff.
Yeah, crosshead.
Yeah,
Yeah, but tiny.
yeah, pretty
Or-
small.
About
Like,
that
what
size.
do you mean like you want the screwdriver to be long, or do you mean that
Yes,
like,
she wants
to get?
she wants it to be long and thin, i.e., not bits. Because
Probably
when you
small-
have an extra bit,
Probably
it's too
smaller than
fat.
that one that Andy's got.
Yeah, gathered that. It's kids'
But
screen,
not as small as a one that you'd use for repairing glasses.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that big. It was just near.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
And this is
confused.
far away.
Oh, that's like the cows in Father Ted.
Go on.
While Sandra's here, I can tell you about an incident on Wednesday.
Yes.
Well, I went onto the engineers' Zoom meeting, and there's hollering and screaming coming from downstairs. We're flooding, the taps come off, we're flooding.
The taps come off.
So I ran downstairs, and you know the mixer tap curly bit? It had come off. So we'd got a volcano erupting out of the sink.
Oh, pants.
Well, the curly bit. What do you mean? The bit that the water comes out of, the sort of bit that loops over.
Yeah. It had come off.
Well, if you just turn the water off, does that not make that stop?
I wouldn't have thought of that either, to be fair, Sandra.
So we had this volcano eruption water spout going all over the kitchen. And she's going, what do you do? What do we do? And I said, turn the taps off.
Look, at least look on the bright side, Sandra. You won't have to mop the floor.
Mop it. We had to open door to let the tide out.
Oh, dear.
So,
Quite good, that.
but there you go.
Was that event of the week then, was it? Was that?
The event of the week. Yeah. That was the crisis of the week.
Event of last week was quite good. Getting lost in the park, that was quite good as well.
So, but yeah, it's saying about how to turn a tap off.
It's marvellous, that. I like it. Very good, that.
Is there a common place where stopcocks are in houses?
Toilet or well, if you go downstairs toilet, it might be there, or potentially under the sink or behind the dishwasher or washing machine.
Okay.
I would think ours is in a at the back of the cupboard we use for saucepans.
Is that near the sink?
It's the other side of the dishwasher to the sink,
Ah.
so it's in a random place.
Yeah, it depends what if your sink and that's moved. Gosh, if you've had a new kitchen, your sink might have moved, you say. So there'll be a pipe that goes along and to where your sink is now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because people have the kitchens laid out different now to how they used to. Is it a newish house, Steph, or is it an old house?
No, it's an old terrace, but they did the kitchen up. So
Yeah, so they'll have moved things, you see, because
Yeah.
when that house was built, dishwashers weren't invented. So things will have moved. So your dishwasher is probably your sink used to be, and your sink just moved along a bit.
I could quite happily live without the dishwasher as well, to be honest.
Oh.
And
You
some-
say that until you
some
have
The
one
magic
pot.
cupboard.
What's that? What's that?
some 1950s houses and stuff, when they actually had a cool house and a toilet, which was part of the main building. And then when they got modernized and that got knocked out and they extended the kitchen, the stop tap was still in effect what was in the toilet, so it might not be anywhere near the sink.
One of them things that should, like, things to teach your kids before they leave home. Isn't it?
There's also another issue on there, is because they're not being turned on and off for so long. Trying to turn them is a mammoth task. At our old house, we'd got the stop tap and you couldn't turn it all the way off. So I actually also put one of the single lever gas taps on it, so to do a quarter of a turn. And so Sandra could actually turn it off if we needed to.
Yeah, that's a good idea,
That's
actually.
good thinking.
So when we did the kitchen, the water was just a trickle all the time.
Well,
It allowed me to actually put this other tap on it
yeah,
to shut it off.
Those lever taps that you're on about, Alan, that turn like a quarter of a way, they have for gas and that, they do use them for water as well, because they often fit them to washing machines.
Yeah, but quite often they're small. Well, yeah.
Sometimes
The modern ones are small.
But same idea. They just do a
They
quarter
are.
turn.
Yeah,
I think it's just plastic lever on them that they make smaller, just to save a bit of money, sort of thing.
yeah, but certainly having a big single lever tap on it for somebody who, well, if you can't grip it, or the plastic breaks, or somebody's not got that much dexterity, just having a big lever on it where you could just pull it or push it and it does it.
Yeah. What
So
a
I've
good
got a
idea.
household related question actually. So for some reason we've got an electric oven. It came with the house. And for some reason it started like cutting out and also tripping all the switches in the kitchen. Well, not the lights, but like the plug sockets. And it'll do it, and then it'll start, and then it'll work again. Like we'll go down to the fuse board, and
Now,
about an hour later, it's all right again.
yes.
Bizarre.
Now, trying to remember, but when Mariam lived at the hub, she had a baby belling cooker.
That's my baby belling. I've got it in the
Oh.
cellar here. We have to get it out when the oven won't working.
Yeah, well, that was doing the same thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I went and did something to it for her, and I can't remember what I did, but I do remember thinking, God, I didn't realise these worked like this. They were a bit electrically scary, sort of thing. But we got it. I think there was one ring didn't work, or one ring that tripped all the electrics out, or something.
Yeah, you turn that ring off so that the rest of it works. Somehow, because now you can only use one ring, but you can use the ring and the grill and the oven. So I wonder if it's a similar problem.
Right, couple of questions for you.
Oh, hang on now, just a sec, Alan, because I'm just remembering that baby belling. There was it actually turned out not to be a fault. It was something to do with when you had the oven on, you couldn't have the big ring on or something. You could only have the big ring on if the oven wasn't on. You know, there was like an interlock between them.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, Alan. What were you going to say?
Right, first question, is this your house or a rented house?
Rented.
Right. Is it a full electric oven cooker?
It's electric hob. I think it's gas inside. I'll check. Hang on.
Okay, right. What I'm questioning is because an electric cooker should not, for one thing, be on the same circuit as your plug sockets. It should have its own separate circuit.
Well, it's got there's a socket on the wall near the sink actually with a red switch which is for the cooker, but there is another socket on there, like just a general like I think the radio's plugged into it actually.
Okay. Well, that's because that one with the red switch and the socket. If you turned off the fuse box from your plug sockets, that one should also still live if you got it in. But apart from that, there are various things like just make sure. Well, you can't. I'm just thinking. There is a fuse.
I'm going to have a look if it's gas.
There is a fuse. Should also be a fuse near the red switch as to whether that's getting a bit gunged up and corroded.
Be interesting to find out if that socket that the radio is plugged into is actually wired into the same thing as the cooker, because it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yes.
We've got Joe joined us, by the way, Alan. Morning, Joe.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you're coming through loud and clear. What can we do
Great.
for you? Can we do anything?
Oh well,
for
I'll just show you.
Oh.
I want to do some leather mending. This is a great big floor cushion with a very small zip, and I want to make it into a big opening to store duvets in the summer and sleeping bags. So
Right.
I think I'm okay to do it, but my plan is to take the zip out and the opening down here and do, I don't know, some kind of thready thing to keep it together.
Oh, like a shoelace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can
So I
do
could
that.
I'll get on with it and come back to you if I get stuck.
Yeah. What you'll probably need if you're going to do it like thread,
Yeah.
so it doesn't tear the leather, the holes. 'Cause we
Yeah.
make lots of holes, so it doesn't tear the leather. You'll probably want some little eyelet things to go in. You know, like some shoes have these little metal eyelet.
Little eyelet maker.
Now,
Oh, what? You've got one?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah. I'll tell you where you can get them from, Joe. You can get them from Wilko's. Wilko's sell them.
Oh, right.
They sell the little gadget with the eyelets. Now, what I don't know is if you have to make the hole first, then put the eyelet in, or if the eyelet punch as you put the eyelet in.
It depends on how good your eyelet maker is. So if it's a cheap one, because I've got a few, like I've got some hand ones, and then I've got a proper eyelet press machine, but that's sort of larger eyelets like that you put in tarpaulins. But if it's a cheap one, generally I have to make a little hole and then line up the eyelets and give it a good. Sometimes I'm giving it a good whack with a hammer if it's quite thick stuff. But the eyelet press, even though you get bigger holes, that's strong enough because it's got a lever arm that comes down and you go like.
Right.
What area are you in?
Nether Edge.
Oh, me too. There we go.
Oh.
Chat to you on
Where are
WhatsApp.
you?
Near Cafe 9.
Oh, right. Oh, not far.
No. Are you on the WhatsApp group?
What, the Repair Cafe?
Yeah.
No, not.
All right. Well, at the end, like before you leave the chat, we can exchange numbers on the messages part rather than doing it verbally because this will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should I do? Go on to WhatsApp.
I think there's a chat on here, isn't there, Jess?
The chat on here. Hang on, I'll start
Oh.
a thing and then you can see. Hang on.
Yeah, if you go to chat and you can automatically, I think by default it will go to everyone, but if you want to share personal information and only share it with one person, you can change it so that you're only sharing it with a particular person in the who's on the this.
Oh, that's fine. I've put mine up so Joe can send me a message now.
Okay.
You lot have all got mine anyway, I think.
Oh, okay. And you, sorry, what's your name? Jess. Right. So if I reply on that to you.
Or if you just send me a text to that
Okay.
number, then we're sorted.
Okay, I'll do that. All right.
Cool.
But you got to unpick the zip first anyway, haven't you?
Got to what?
Have you still got to unpick the zip?
Yeah, I don't think that'll take long. Shall I do that first? I'll do that now, shall I?
Yeah, well, we're chatting.
Yeah, unpick your zip. Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose the other way of doing it would be like toggles, you know, like on a duffel coat. But it could be the shoelace thing sort of gives you the drawstring effect, doesn't it? So you can tighten it up a bit.
Yeah, well, when it's a big opening, it'll need some fastenings, won't it? So I'll have to make some holes in it. I want it to look nice because they came originally from Morocco and they're made of camels.
Oh, wow.
So I want to look after them.
Yeah.
But also them be useful.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, I'm making modesty beach towels.
Oh.
Which means getting old towels, that tie-dyeing them, and then stitching two together and leaving a hole in the middle like a poncho. So when you go to the beach, you can get changed inside your towels.
Very useful.
Can you tell them to get to the seaside when lockdown's over?
Yeah, on the day. Yeah. I'll just do the text thing.
Cool.
I don't know if you're speaking there, Alan. If you are, we can't hear you.
Oh, you're muted, Alan. And Steph's muted.
He's unmuted him.
Now I forgot I did that.
You're not,
it's a shame.
you're not very loud. Shove your microphone thing down a bit. It's a bit high up. That's better.
It's a shame Gareth's not here.
What's that?
This is the middle of the canopy. It's the motor.
How did you get that out? The big one, the big canopy.
Yep.
How
I took it down.
You took it down.
Took it apart. And that there's a right weight to it.
I'm tempted to say, how did you get it down?
Same way as I got it up.
Yeah, you did that on your own as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, because I thought, well, let's see whether it's, when I got it down, to see whether it would do what we were hoping to extend itself, which it will extend itself without the motor in, but it won't retract back in. Or the canopy won't roll it. You can push it back in, but the canopy doesn't roll. It's not sprung loaded. So I've ordered a new one because it's cheaper than a replacement of this 1/2 ton weight.
You ordered a new canopy altogether?
Yeah.
So
a manual one.
A manual one that you can, like a shop canopy with a thing, like a twisty handle thing you put up to it and wind it.
Yeah, like the one you found.
Yeah.
Which I actually opened up as well the other day, and it works fine.
Does it?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Excellent.
What are you guys talking about?
Sun canopies.
Oh,
You know these wind-out canopy things that you have in your back garden, or that they sometimes have over shops.
yeah.
One of those.
Ah.
But we bought a second-hand one, an electric one with lights and all sorts in it, and got it up, and it weighs half a ton. And I got it up on the wall, and then it wouldn't work. Andy looked at it, Gareth come and looked at it, but it's got this fancy little box of electronics, what it needs to operate it, which is over £100. And then we're still not guaranteed that it was going to work. So the plan was to take it down when a lot of the building work was done, because it was up there, it was just hanging on the wall, it was out the way. So I took it down, took it apart, but it won't retract to roll the screen in. You can close it, but the screen just all crumples up.
Right.
So I've got loads of metal on the back garden now, at nearly 4 meters long.
Loads of metal.
Yeah, all its casing.
Oh, you've properly marmalised it, have you?
Yeah. Well, it in effect will go back together if you know what screws to put in where.
Right.
If being the operative word.
Yeah, and I probably can remember how to do it, but I've put all the screws in my shed bin and stuff, because the cost of a new motor and a new control unit, and we don't even know whether it will still work, is more than a replacement canopy.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah, I think you're better with a manual one. It was it was very complicated when I looked at it, that canopy.
Yeah. So
Tap
we're going
and a bit of string, Alan.
Say again.
Tap and a bit of string.
Well, yeah, I've done that in the past, but we wanted to be posh.
Ew.
A coloured tarp and a bit of string.
So,
Right, I've got to go, everyone. I've got tons of housework and chores to do, and I have nothing to prepare. But nice seeing everyone.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
hopefully catch you next week.
And you, Steph, we'll catch you soon.
All right, take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.
I'm just looking who we've got now. All right, we're still going. We're still here. Don't know what's happened to Gareth this morning. Gareth must have got waylaid somewhere this morning. But,
and Ollie.
yeah, and Ollie's probably fixing phones because he's been busy, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, it didn't come last week, did he, either?
No, it was definitely fixing phones last week. He said he'd got customers for his for eye doctor yesterday, last Saturday morning. So that's where he was last Saturday. It was
Right.
It was doing telephones of the modern variety, the cordless sort of variety you put in your pocket. Not proper ones like these.
Yeah, not proper phones.
No. Talking of phones, you've got a lot of boxes there, Alan. Have you had some braille machines come, or are they outgoing?
They're waiting to go out. There has been 2 come yesterday. They're in quarantine.
Oh, right. You got to be in quarantine for 72 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 2 come. So, but they're ones what have been here all the time, but probably just in a pile now because I've been moving stuff around.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 piles there behind you, so it looks all right anyway. But,
Somebody new's just joined us.
It's dead.
Hang on, I'll have a look.
Oh no, Joe's mic and video's gone.
There's somebody there that's not marked in any way, shape or form. It's a blank screen and no name or anything on it. So I don't know who that
But
is.
it comes up on mine as Ted Data.
Ted, so that'll be Emma then.
Oh.
But it's not come up on mine. Why is it not come up on here? Are you there, Emma?
Sometimes it takes a little while, doesn't it?
And that's not coming up at all. Can you see her, Jess?
No, not yet.
But it says Ted on it, does it?
There's Ted Data, DATTA,
Yeah,
on my screen.
yeah. That'll be Emma then, and when she appears, maybe she's having some internet issues.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
Right, I'm going to make a quick cuppa.
Cool.
Maybe get a bit more cake. And then I'll
Two
be back
sugars in
to
mine.
do the hood.
Two sugars in mine, please, Jess.
All right.
And are you going to load the cooker while you're there?
Say what?
Or are you going to look at the cooker while you are
Yeah,
there?
I had a look. It's electric oven as well, and you were right. Above the switch where the red switch is, there is above it. There's another little plate, I suppose, that says fuse, and it's got a click down switch.
Right, well, I suppose I would look at the fuse to see what size it is, and it should be a big one. It might even be a 35 amp fuse.
Wow.
So you won't have one. But whether it's just dirty and take it out, give it a rub with some emery cloth or sandpaper or something, just give it a little clean and put it back in as to whether that's causing part of the problem.
Okay.
And then if it continues, you probably need an expert.
Yeah. Well, could it be something as simple as like grease getting somewhere inside the oven itself? Or would that just make a fire?
Possibly could be a problem.
It could be something like that. It could also be dodgy wiring in the wall.
Okay.
To the switch.
Okay.
But,
I shall try those two things then. I'll give the fuse a clean and give the oven a thorough clean. It's pretty old. Like this house is super wonky. Like loads of stuff wrong with this house. Slowly subsiding. We call it the wonky house.
yeah, and I would at some point report it to the landlord that you're having problems with it.
Yeah, we already have, but their response is we're not doing anything that isn't urgent until after lockdown.
Well, yeah, depends how much you want to play the whole point, because if an electric cooker is causing a circuit to go wrong, there is potential of an electrical fire.
Okay, so I can put my foot down a bit then.
You could put it down if you wanted, yes, because it can be a whole safety thing, but it just depends on how comfortable you are in doing that.
Okay. Well, I did make Adam make sure, because we had one of the smoke alarms had fallen off the ceiling upstairs and it had been sat on the kitchen side for a while. It's like, get that bloody smoke alarm back up. Now the oven's playing up. So we've got smoke alarms on all the floors now. But yeah, I'll get onto them on I'll try it this weekend, those ideas, and then I'll get onto them on Monday and just say, right, this ain't good enough. So we can always go out, can't we? Someone can come in.
Yeah. Well, yes. It's just that whole thing, and it's just knowing that it's safe.
Yeah.
Especially high-powered electrics like that. I mean, a plug socket and something popping is one thing. Something with a cooker what draws a lot more current. Yeah.
Thank you. That's put my mind at ease. I know what to do. Mega.
Excellent.
Right, cup of time.
Yeah, cup of time. 2 sugars.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm more interested in the cake.
In the cake,
Yeah.
I know. I might have to get a bit more of that, no.
Oh,
Emma's.
Emma have to join. Oh, there she is. Morning.
Hi. Oh, geez,
Hello.
oh, there you are. How you doing?
Well, all right, thanks. How are you?
Good.
Nice to see your smiling face this morning.
Yeah, sorry I didn't make it the last couple of weeks.
Ah. I
you
don't
in-
know.
Are you in the bathroom?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in the kitchen. That's why it might be a bit echoey.
That's all right. That sounds though you're in the bathroom.
Are you all right, Alan?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
Good. Yeah, it's nice to see your face.
I got my camera.
Yes. Impressed. I like your headset too.
Well, that's a different story. We've had fun and games this morning.
I really want trying to get it to work.
Yeah, it's worked other times, but today it's doing strange things.
Oh. Are you in your garage then?
No, I mean, I'm in our spare bedroom, my office stroke workshop.
Wow. That is a serious workshop for a bedroom. I'm impressed.
Yeah, this is where we repair the Braille machines.
Ah, okay.
Have you got one? You can show her, Alan. Have you got one out?
I'll get one. I'll just mute you while I clatter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good at clattering.
Have we seen
How's
Ollie
things then?
today?
Sorry?
Have we seen Ollie today?
No, we didn't see him last week either. I think he's got so many phones to repair, he's not got a minute to himself.
One of them's mine.
Oh dear, what you done?
I dropped it on the floor and I've like chipped the corner. Not quite showing you there. So yeah, but I'm going to do it through his business, not through the shop. But
Yeah. What is it? Is it an Android phone? That
it's a Huawei. One of the
it's one of those Chinese spy phones.
Yes, I'm being spied on at all times.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Probably are actually.
Yeah.
The thing about them is you have to decide how long you've had it and if it's actually worth repairing it or not.
Yeah, it's new. I got it at Christmas. It's got a little cover on the front, so it didn't do chip too bad. So I can still use it and stuff, but it is a proper chip out the corner, so I do need to get it done really.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you just wait for the kettle?
Here we
Can
are.
you hear that kettle, or is it all right?
Hey, what? Kettle?
Yeah, they can't hear me. I'm just going to mute myself while Ted makes the tea.
Okay.
Before you run off, this is the Braille machine.
Hold it up a bit, Alan.
Go on then, show me.
No.
Wicked.
And we take these apart and fix them. And it weighs about 6.5 kilos.
At least you can take them apart. At least they've designed them to take them apart.
Yes.
That's a challenge though, isn't it, Andy?
Yes. So taking them apart's easy. It's getting them back together again. That's the hard part. Because the springs and things inside them. You take the wrong bit out and it goes ping. Sort of explodes into 1,000 pieces. So they're interesting to take apart, shall we say? But there's hacks and things and ways. I don't think we take them apart the way you should take them apart. We sort of
Do it your own way.
don't we?
We've invented a way of dealing with it.
How many do you reckon you fix a month then?
Well, this past month, none.
Ow. Bad month.
The previous 6 months, we were getting 10 or 15 a week.
Wow.
Prior to that, because there was one of the colleges was repairing them, but the guy who did it retired. So prior to that, I was probably doing 3 or 4 a week. And then when he retired, we got lots. And now with the shutdown, very few.
Hmm.
So
That's quite a lot of repairing though.
Yeah, yeah. Some are just a clean and a service. Some are replacement parts.
Right.
So,
Mm.
but and the little rubber rings. The on here we've got these little rubber rings, and
Right.
kiddies pull them off. So Andy likes doing them ones. That's a job I can't do because I can't see to get my fingers in to put the springs on. So Andy has to do them.
I found a way of doing it. The previous assistant that he had doing them rubber rings used to take about a day to do one machine because he took the whole machine apart. And then I found a way of getting the little roller with the rubber rings on out, and I can do one in about half an hour. So it's down from about 8 hours to about half an hour, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, yeah. So, but he likes them. When we want more kids to snap them little rings. But the old machines are all cast alloy. There's a whole thing round. So I like the old ones, but Andy likes the new ones.
That's why you're a team.
Something like that.
Hi, Joe. Hi, I'm Emma. I don't think we've met, have we?
No, possibly not. I don't know. You haven't met online anyway.
No. Have you bought some sewing today?
Yeah, well, I've just come back with my I've just been talking to Jess. This is they're big leather floor cushions made of camel skin.
Yeah.
And I want to extend the opening that I can store things in them, like sleeping bags and duvets. And I was taking the zip out, and I realised I've been a bit stupid. Realised I didn't need to take the zip out because the zip comes along, and it doesn't have an ending. Well, it's got an ending underneath, but I could cut through that.
So the zip's actually longer.
In.
Well, that's good.
So.
And just cut a hole to where the.
Just cut to the end.
And that's where the zip finishes, is it?
Well, the zip finishes at one end. Oh, I can't show you very well. Like there's one end.
Yeah.
It's a kind of box shape, and this is underneath.
Yeah.
So the zip goes up half of it, and then but it's not a very big opening, and then I want to carry it on here, and do a kind of lace up thing.
Okay.
Oh, here's Jess back.
Hi, Jess. You all right? We're just looking at the.
Yeah. I've just realised something. Oh. I realised something, Jess. That I don't need to take the zips out.
Oh.
I can leave the zip in and just carry on the opening.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just cut from the end of the zip, and then do the rivets along that bit.
Cool.
And that would do it.
Well,
so
if you want to nip round so you can have a play with it now, I can give you the handheld ones, like put them out, put them outside. But the big one is quite heavy duty, and it's very heavy, so I drop that round in the car.
Right.
But have you got any scrappy bits? Is there anything like any spare material on the inside hems that you can practice on?
That's a good idea.
It's got some tassels.
Okay, yeah, they look fairly wide.
Well, not sure they're wide enough. They don't seem. No, they're not very wide.
Have you got any similar material knocking about, like a broken leather handbag or something?
I've got some leather straps.
There we go.
Okay.
So if you have
I think they're leather.
If it's a similar thickness and texture, then that should give you.
They're much more robust, and they might be plastic even. Yeah, they're probably plastic.
Probably just gives you something to practice on, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If plastic, it'll still work for putting an eyelet in it, probably.
Yeah.
So with the small one, the handheld eyelet press, what I tend to do is mark out where I want the holes to go, and then do a little cross, like a teeny
Yeah.
tiny cross stitch with a scalpel or whatever. And then when I'm putting the eyelet in, it makes it much easier.
Yeah.
I'll send you a text now and we'll
Okay.
organise it.
That's made me think about a like a sort of floor cushion that I've got. It's very old now, but the stitching's starting to come out, but I don't think I've got a strong enough needle. So once we open back up, maybe I'll bring that to the repair cafe.
What's that, Emma?
It's like it's similar to that. It's like a big floor cushion that's made out of faux leather, I think. But it's all the stitching started to come apart. But because it's quite thick, the material, I think
You need a leather needle.
Yeah, I think I need a thicker needle. And actually, it's got holes, perforated holes in it, but I'll probably have to attach it through the seams. But either way, I don't think I've got maybe even a thread that's strong enough either.
What sort of thread was it stitched with before?
Well, I mean, it's still mostly stitched together. I've also got a big rip in it in one place as well. I mean, it's falling apart. It's probably on its last legs, but you still.
You can get a bit more life out of it.
Yeah, look, it's got like a rip in it here, but I could probably put a little patch over that. But it's the materials underneath. Is that material? Yeah, that's the material underneath. So I probably have to put a patch on the top. But it's like, where's the? Look, it's coming apart here. So you can still. It's got like the holes.
Yeah.
There, but it doesn't have the holes. Oh, it does have the holes. Yeah, and then the holes are like on the inside here, but they're a bit. But it needs, and then it's like quite a thick. It's almost like a cotton. It's quite a thick. It's quite a thick cotton kind of thread.
Could you try doubling up some thread that you've got and doing it like back stitch so it's really strong?
Yeah,
you know what I
mean, yeah, I think maybe, yeah, the ones I've got are like, you know, like the really cheap ones, almost like you get free out of a cracker.
It's stuff for sewing leather. It's almost like fishing line. That.
Yeah, because it's not. I don't know. Maybe it is proper leather, but it's not. Oh, it's got like a material on the back as well.
Ah.
It is falling. I think it needs maybe like a you know, like the needles that are hooked as well.
It might be leather,
it's small enough.
Yeah,
it's small enough. I don't think you need one of those needles. But this one I've got, it's just that it's like a fat needle, but with one side of it is flat, so it's almost got like a knife edge almost. So there's a bit to pierce it with. But those holes look pretty good.
Yeah, the holes are pretty good. It's just that you've got to go from one side through the little middle bit and then out to that side. So I just don't know if I'd get through it with a straight needle. Although maybe I would, because if I turned it inside out.
It would have been done. It would have been done the other way around, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
It would have been sewn from the. It would have been inside out when they stitched it, and then they turned it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
What's the opening like on it, Emma?
What, underneath?
Yeah.
Well, it's got gaffer tape on it, so it doesn't scratch the floor, but it's it is a zip, so I can.
Oh, it's a long zip.
Yeah, it's just a long zip.
Oh, right.
Very old.
Yeah, it's
But
a
it's just
similar
like-
idea to mine, isn't it?
You up?
It's a similar sort of thing to mine, because this has got these kind of bits that got a sort of edging bit.
I mean, maybe
So it's got bigger panels.
Yours is edged the opposite way round, Joe. Yours is like edged on the outside. Emma's is done on. I think what you've got to do, Emma, is undo that zip and turn it inside out.
Yeah. I think I just need to wait till a haberdashery place opens and maybe buy some thicker thread, because I've not got a lot of thread and it's all a bit flimsy.
What they do when they're sewing leather, if you've ever watched the woman on the repair shop on the telly do it, they do it with two needles.
Oh, and they
go-
cross over.
Yeah,
That's
like
clever.
that. Yeah, that so that yeah, they go two at a time sort of thing. That's how she does it on the repair shop program.
I watched her repair that suitcase last week.
Oh, that little suitcase.
Yeah, the little doctor's briefcase or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was good. That she made a good job of that.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was quite impressed with that. And,
I want a tractor.
what?
I want the tractor.
Oh.
Oh, the little Massey Ferguson tractor.
Oh, I've just got your message, Jess.
That tractor that was on the repair shop, they painted it the wrong colour. Should have been grey, not red.
Oh. I hope you've written a strongly worded letter.
I'm forever in contact with the repair. I've got a barrel piano in the garage here that I'm trying to get on the programme. And I've been 2 years so far trying to get it on the programme. So
But you need to say it belonged to a long lost uncle.
yeah, I need some sort of sob story to get it on. So I need to invent some kind of story behind it.
Like your uncle was blind and he used to use it for begging many years ago.
Yeah, in 1905, he was a blind beggar on the streets of London or something, and his only income was from this barrel piano that's been sat in my garage ever since he died. And yeah.
And you also remember feeding his monkey peanuts.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Right, you're hired, Alan. Hello, we've got
Hi, Matthew.
Hi there, hello.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't know if you'd still be going, but you clearly are. That's good.
Oh, I.
I don't know much about the Repair Cafe, and I don't really have anything to repair, but I thought I'd just join just to say,
Yeah, defo, great.
to understand a bit more. I don't know.
It's us lot, and we tinker with stuff and try and fix it and chat rubbish. Drink tea, eat cake.
Okay.
There's a few more people that dip in and out as well.
Okay, fair enough. So are you guys all like volunteers then or something? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereabouts are you based?
Yeah, in Sheffield, near Endcliffe Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whereabouts is the Repair Cafe normally when things are up and running?
I'll leave that to Andy. Andy is the main organizer there.
Yeah. Right. We're in various places because it moves about a bit. So assuming when things get back to normal,
yeah,
it'll be the same, and assuming that all the venues will still be there. The main one that we do is Healy City Farm.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is bi-monthly and alternates with a place called Strip the Willow, which is a kind of upcycling shop on Abbeydale Road.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
Just down from Abbeydale Cinema. We do some there as well at the minute, but I don't know if they're going to be carrying on or not, because there's talk of the room that we use upstairs there. There's talk of them wanting to turn it into a flat.
Right.
But before all this lockdown thing happened, there was talk of us going to the RSPCA Animal Centre.
Okay.
Which is basically around the back of Nunnery Tram Depot.
Okay, I'm not sure where that is, but right. Okay, so there's potential for a few places.
Near Nunnery Park and Ride, basically.
Right.
We've done some at Abbeyfield House as well, haven't we? We started from there, and we did one at that. What's that place near the Stag Pub in Netheredge on the Salvation Army?
Hang on. I'm trying to remember what we did there, Jess.
We did a repair cafe there. Do you remember? Because we ended up fixing all their wall heaters and the chairs. Ages ago.
Can't remember that one.
Anyway, we've done a few, but the regular
Forget
ones are
about.
it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Anyone-
we get about a bit. People offer us venues, and we normally end up taking them up on it. But
Yeah,
I think if we can, the big new one will be the one at the RSPCA Animal Centre, because the problem is we've kind of outgrown some of the venues a bit.
Right. Yeah.
With this repair shop program that comes on the TV,
Yeah.
it's kind of given us much more publicity.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
People type things like repair shop into Google and find us. And,
Yeah.
Getting trendy again, isn't it? Make do amend.
How did you hear about it, Matthew?
How did I hear about it? So I moved to Sheffield from Bristol a few months ago, and I remember ages ago seeing on like a community notice board in Bristol about a repair cafe. That was like years ago, and then I always like had an intention to look into it and to maybe maybe help out or something, and that might have been like maybe 6 years ago or something, and then the idea was sort of at the back of my mind, and then someone down in Plymouth was talking about setting one up there. And
I think Plymouth's got one. I think Bristol does still have one as well. I think Bristol was one of the first.
Right.
Bristol was with us, being quite early on, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's a nice idea. Yeah, I've always been into fixing things and making things, repairing.
What sort of things do you fix? What's your skills?
Well, bicycles. Do a lot of bicycle repair stuff. I do a lot, I guess, like making and just general DIY and woodwork. I can do most things apart from electronics. Really, electronics is the thing which which I'm a bit hopeless with. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about like how to read a circuit diagram or anything like that. I've tried a bit of soldering and stuff, but it's
You're more mechanical and
I think so.
wood and metal and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And just like a bit of sewing and things like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have you here, even though it's not in real life.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. There is one thing actually which I just thought, which is my girlfriend's. The zip is broken on her jacket, and I guess that's something that happens quite often. Does anyone do like clothing repairs? Because we don't have a sewing machine.
You don't want one for a zip. Well, I don't like using a sewing machine to fix zips.
Okay.
I find some people that are more skilled with sewing machines would probably disagree, but measure it.
Yeah.
Got an unpicker or some tiny scissors.
An unpicker. Oh, to take the threads out.
To unpick the broken zip.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, got you. Yeah. We don't have one of those, but
tiny scissors will work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nail scissors.
Yeah. Measure the zip that needs replacing.
Yeah.
Order one of that size from eBay because you can't get it to the haberdashery in a minute. Unpick it and then doubling, like use some strong threads and doubling it up and put a new one in by hand from the inside.
Okay.
You might have to unpick some of the seam as well, depending on the jacket.
Yeah. I'll grab the jacket a second. I'll show you.
My poncho is going well, Emma.
What are you doing?
Making modesty beach towels, but I realised if I put it on, it's easier for me to move it around. I'm just like appliquing some little fish and
Oh,
stuff.
that's such a good idea. So you can get changed at the beach.
Yeah.
What gave you that inspiration?
Adam, hang on, there he is.
Hi.
Yeah, he asked me because the kids have got them. It's quite a common thing that kids have, and he was like, "Oh, I really want a giant one for me," and so I made him one for his birthday, and now I'm addicted.
So are you just putting 2 towels together and stitching them together?
Yeah, getting the oldest, most battered towels, tie-dyeing them, and then stitching them together, but with like a blanket stitch. As you can see.
That's such a good idea.
And leaving a hole in the middle like a poncho.
That's brilliant.
It's quite easy as well. Quite satisfying because it's something that can be achieved relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Got so many unfinished projects.
I might make my friend one actually for her birthday.
There you go.
I've just had some soil delivered. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Soil.
Compost.
Oh, I'm gonna say your garden not full of soil.
Yeah, yeah.
Where have you got compost from? That's amazing.
We ordered it like maybe 6 weeks ago. It's not compost. It said compost on it. It says compost on it. It reckons it's Miracle Grow, but I think it said compost on the side.
It could be Miracle Grow compost.
That's not what you want, though, is it?
I don't know what you're doing.
We've already got a lawn.
It might just be branded.
What are you wanting to set something?
No, I think he just bought the wrong thing, maybe. No, it's lawn feeder. But it says compost, so I think it's actually like in the compost, as if you were like starting a new lawn. As compost, you would be starting from a new lawn, wouldn't you?
Miracle Grow, Emma, is a brand name.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
might just be Miracle Grow compost.
They make plant food, which basically is stuff that you dilute down in a watering can full of water and then spray it on your plants or on your lawn or whatever.
Yeah.
And they also actually make compost that you like set your little seedlings in.
Yeah, it's compost. I know what it is.
what it might be what they call lawn top dressing.
Right. But it wouldn't say compost on the side, would it?
Probably not.
Show us this jacket then, Matthew.
Oh yeah.
While we're all arguing about compost.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just having a closer look at it now. So it's this zip, which is the it's a pocket, and you see when you zip it, it doesn't do anything. But having a look at it, I think. So this is on the inside, so you can see the stitching along the top there. But it's kind of it's like a waterproof outdoor jacket. I think it's kind of taped or something. The seam is somehow taped
like hidden.
To keep it to keep it waterproof. There's some kind of overlap sort of thing.
If it's a specialist jacket and you want it to look neat, then I would probably take it to Outkit in Hathersage.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So if you're happy to have a go yourself, you could unpick it all and see how it's put together, and you will be able to sort of sandwich it.
Yeah.
And you could potentially seal it with some tape afterwards, or you can get tapes that you can sew through as well, or you can like wax them. But if you want it to look pro, then probably take it to an outdoor specialist shop.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know if Outkit just did repairs for their own.
No. They don't just repair their own stuff, but they will put Outkit tags on when they've repaired it. So.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I might do something like that because
it's a good bit of kit, isn't it? That.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a good jacket, and it'd be good to it'd be good to have a good repair on it. I don't know if I trust my own skills to make that good, but Okay, I think I'm gonna go because we're gonna go out for our daily exercise and go for a cycle. But yeah, it's nice to meet you guys, and
See you
yeah,
soon, hopefully.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I hope so. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the website, and this happens every Saturday, right? Every Saturday morning.
This happens every Saturday, and
While
it's
we're
it's
closed.
the same meeting number every Saturday, Matthew.
Great. Okay, that's good to know.
Just join for a chat.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
general, if you want to join the sort of team of repairers or be on the mailing list, drop
Okay.
an email, which you can do from the website, and then you'll get the email updates as well.
Oh, great. Okay. So I can find out on the website.
Yeah. There's a contact us form on the website. If you just
Okay.
drop us an email through that, just fill the
Yeah.
contact us form in, and
Yeah.
then what it actually does is it sends us an automatic email then,
Okay.
and then we can reply to you by email. It's just so we don't have to put an email address actually on the website, because if we do that, we get loads of spam, you see.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Okay, no,
Nice to
smashing.
meet you.
Nice to see you then, Matthew.
Take
Cheers,
care.
mate. See ya. Bye now.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Matthew.
Cheerio.
It's coming on. I've got my
Nearly finished my brew, Joe.
Joe's all right. She's sewing away. She's muted at the minute, so she can't speak to us. But she's got needle in hand. I can see her, and she's sewing away there.
Well, we've discovered we're neighbours, so I'm going to drop her the eyelet press round in a bit.
Oh, your neighbours? That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Small world, isn't it?
What are you working on, Alan?
I now look like a bag.
What are you doing?
I've been asked, Jess, and I'm going to properly unmute this 1 minute.
You look like a bag.
It's one of Sandra's bags, and it's one of them with a press study thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hold it up a bit, Alan. You need to speak when you're holding it as well, Alan. Otherwise, the camera doesn't come to you.
No, that's all right. Yeah.
Right, so that's the press study thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just two folded over pieces of metal, and it goes into this bit here.
Yep.
And Sandra's got two, and she's saying, ask Jess if we can repair them. And I said, well, of course we can.
But which bit's broken?
It's
That top bit looks missing.
It's the press stud bit. Hang on. Break my fingers.
Oh, has it got stuck in the bottom one and ripped out the top?
The press stud bit in, and it's got the two fold over little bits on here.
Right.
So it's only gone through this really soft material and it's ripped out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So all I think we need to do is fasten this onto a little square of material,
Yeah.
and then just stitch that square where
Onto
it should
there.
be.
Yeah, it needs. You're absolutely right. It needs something tougher to grip onto. Depending on how precious the bag is as well. When I've done stuff like that, I've sometimes actually glued them in as well and then stitched. So like put it onto the thicker fabric, like you say, like a square, and then put glue on the back of that will go through the fabric and stick to the metal. You know, like Gorilla Glue or something.
Yeah.
Stuck that against the bag, and then done a neat stitch.
Yep. Yeah, no, she's saying that's fine. And she's got to, this is quite a stiff leather one. And this one's a softer leather one. They're summer handbag rucksack things.
See.
But,
For all the picnic essentials.
no, purse, umbrella, raincoat, blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
yeah, British summer rucksack, yes.
Prepare for all the weathers.
Well, because with using the dog, she can't carry a handbag and stuff, so we use backpacks.
Yeah. But she needs a stylish backpack because it's Sandra.
Either
Yeah.
that or a saddle for the dog.
Yeah.
It's busy at your place, Jess.
You're too far away.
Yeah.
She's on about there are summer ones what get less use than others, but they don't stand up to it.
Sandra, come and sit at the side of him and shout into his microphone.
She says, "Oh, it's all right. He wants to see you." She's not done her hair yet.
Neither have I.
So, but yeah, I think that somebody who's good at stitching can make them look pretty.
Mhm.
They
So-
definitely look doable.
What's up with the other one? Is it the same problem?
Exactly the same problem.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well, if you want them fixed sooner rather than later, just drop them off. I'll send you through the thing on email. But if you can wait, or if you want to have a go, then that's what I would do.
she says they can wait. They're not going to get any use. But yeah, doing it, but it's just seeing to do it nice and neat and tidy is the issue. I've got an idea on how to do it, the process, but yeah, we'll sort it. She's saying, no, Jess will sort it. Till later today. She doesn't trust me. She knows I make a mess with glue.
Right, guys, I'm going to come back next week and fix my pillow.
Your pillow?
That 4 cushion thing.
Oh, right.
Cool.
The poof, yes. I call it a poof, and everyone's
think
always
you
like,
did.
what's a poof? And I'm like, how do you not know what a poof is?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Adam were having a debate about this the other night. Yeah.
I'm glad somebody else calls it a poof.
Or a buffet or whatever then.
I'm not that posh.
But yeah, I think you've got to turn it inside out, Emma, and do it from the
Yeah,
inside.
no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think that bit that's broken, I've got that like faux leather repair kit thing. But I've got a couple of bags I was going to do, but I didn't do it by myself. So I'll wait till we're back. And can't remember the lady's name. That I want to say.
Kath?
No. Canadian lady.
Oh,
Katrina.
Katrina. Was it Katrin?
Katrin. Yeah.
Catherine, yeah, that's it.
I
Yeah.
should remember it because it's my cousin's name. So yeah, so I might wait until, and I might bring that in and all my bags. I just didn't try it by myself, but yeah, or maybe I should be less of a wuss. But yeah, I'll come and grab that needle if that's okay, and then
Yeah, totally.
I can have a go next week.
Fab. I'll be here.
Yes. Is everyone doing okay though? Everyone's coping all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine at the moment.
Yeah.
And we're fine here.
Plodding on.
Whether
It's
I
nice
will
to
be in a
meet you,
couple,
Joe. Sorry, Andy, what were you saying?
I said whether I will be in a couple of weeks and I've hugged somebody at the airport that's come from Italy or not, I'm not sure. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit hard for like not seeing people, but
that's
hopefully soon it'll be lifted slightly and we can get back to some things.
Yeah, leave some things behind.
we had, if all this hadn't happened, we had supposed to have got this event at the RSPCA behind Nunnery Tram Depot there. And they've got a ton of their own stuff that they want fixing as well. So when things do get lifted, what I'm thinking is maybe to do a private repair cafe for them as a start off.
Yeah.
Basically, so it doesn't have so many people
So we can take all our stuff and actually
coming
get it
through it.
fixed, help them out, then do a public one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
So that's what's going through my mind at the minute. It was scheduled for May the 10th, I think it was. That's obviously I don't think going to happen. But it might happen a month later or something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah, I think it'll all be lifted quite soon now, because people are getting so fed up of it now that if they keep the lockdown in place, it won't do any good anyway, because people are just starting to go out now. I've noticed it this week.
It'll gradually change. I think it's unfortunately it's the vulnerable people that have been stuck totally inside the longest that are going to have to stay doing that for the longest, isn't it? But yeah, I think it'll gradually start to change.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next week.
All right.
See you
Bye,
soon.
Emma.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Emma.
She's gone, I think.
She's off. Right, I'm going to deliver this eyelet press, but I shall be back.
Cool. Yeah, cracky. What are you going to do? Just throw it down the street sort of thing? Not
Yeah.
got far to go with it.
Not far.
Pass it over the hedge. Excellent. I don't know who's here now. I've lost track now. Who's left now? Who have we got now? Alan's still here. Jess has gone on tour. Joey's still sewing, who's about to be in receipt of an eyelet press. And everybody else has gone. So, you're all on one screen now. Alan has disappeared. Oh, it's come back.
Oh, disappeared?
You went black. You went black for just a second.
All right. Okay, fine.
You've now come back again.
Yeah. I see.
So that's quite a productive morning this morning.
Yep.
A lot of sewing repairs today. That we've had there.
And a new recruit possibly.
Yeah. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. What was I going to say? I've lost track now. Jess has left. Jess has gone and away, and she's not muted her mic.
Yeah, and left kiddies talking.
I'm just going to see if I can mute Jess from here. I don't know if I can do it from here. Just bear with me a second. Participants. Where is she? There. Mute. Right. I think. I think that should have. I think that's muted Jess now while she's away. So.
And can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Yeah.
Right, you've not muted me then. That's all right.
She's come back now. That was. I need to. I've got to unmute you now, haven't I? Just a minute.
Jess can unmute herself.
No, don't.
Can she?
I don't know if she can or not. I think if I mute somebody from this end, I have to unmute them. They can't unmute.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know though. No. She said, "Don't unmute me." 1 second. It's like give us a clue. This.
Yeah.
3 words, 1 syllable.
She's gone to the loo.
5 minutes. Okay. Yeah. It's fascinating. Oh, Jane. I don't know how she's done that, but I've just got this very strange image now on Jess's camera of this little. I don't know what it is. Is it a Lego person or something?
Right. Okay. Fine.
Don't know quite how she's managed to do that. So how's the garden, Alan?
It's fine. I'm trying to think what I've done. I've not really done anything with the garden as such. I bought a hammock. So I've been
hammock.
Yeah, so I've been hammocking around.
What are you going to string that between?
It come with a frame.
Oh right.
Self-supporting. So
Can you get into it?
can you what?
Can you get into it?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you do the comedy thing of getting in and immediately getting out the other side again?
Yeah, nearly. But because I took the big canopy down on Thursday, that was all over the lawn and ladders and everything. And so it's got bits everywhere. So we had to move the swing and everything off the decking. And then we put the swing back and got the hammock and I got your canopy out yesterday to look at it and see if it works. So I shall do that. But I've also been making my bridge for the market stall for the railway track. And
Bridge?
Yeah. So we can have a loop of track around the market stall. And
Oh, right, yeah.
and being well, I couldn't find a towage for the little trailer. I know I took it off for something, but I can't think where it is. So I ordered a new towage. So that's now been re-drilled.
When you say towage, you mean the socket
Yes.
end?
Yeah.
You know, that's separate, isn't it, for that trailer? Because it's extendable, isn't it? It goes in and out.
Oh yeah, but I got the extendable bit, but I took the hitch off for some reason.
All right.
And I don't know where I put it, so I bought another one, and that's on and re-drilled and mounted and stuff. So I'm now waiting for plastic pipe and paint and plumbing fittings and stuff. So and then the new canopy's coming Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for the canopy.
Yep.
And
So
then
when that comes,
put that on the wall as well.
yeah, when that comes, so that'll be another hair-raising moment.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. That one that I was given then, if you unfilled that one, is that any good then? That one is that, you know, I'd never undone it. I didn't know if it was torn or anything.
yeah, no, I can't find any holes in it whatsoever.
I know it's mucky. It needs a pressure wash or something.
Yeah, but probably just because it's been and stuff. But it's in tight. There doesn't appear to be any holes, any splits, any rips, nothing in it whatsoever.
Yeah, because I did have the idea to mount it on the side of the trailer.
Yes.
But I think it might be too long.
I've been thinking about this, and depending on how you are potentially mounting it, it could be mounted hinged. So yeah, so if we say mount it on the top of the trailer, we could hinge it so when it's folded up, it can fold and it points vertically upwards. Unless you've got any height restriction.
Not sure about that. I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah, or it could just be done that it's actually got some mountings, so it can actually be put in place and then clamped into place, because it's no longer than your market stall bits, is it?
No, but they stick out over the front end of the trailer quite a long way, and also stick out the back.
Yeah, which is fine in the middle. It's just when you're turning corners, isn't it, where there's the problem?
Yeah, well, when it's the market stall stuff, that's all right because the van goes under it.
Yeah.
It's higher. It's much higher, that trailer is. Yeah. So.
But on the edge, it might still work. So I think it's a clear on a car, no problem, but I can't remember how much higher the trailer was than the
I don't
van.
know how long that canopy is. The box bit of that trailer, just the box bit, is just, I believe, 6 feet long.
Yeah.
I can't remember how big the canopy is. Is the canopy 8 foot?
I think it's about 8 foot, which is, again is only as long as your long pieces in your market stall, isn't it?
Yeah. So it might be possible to put it on the trailer, to mount it on the trailer then.
Yeah.
So that might be worth thinking about when we get rid of this blooming lockdown, so I can finish painting the trailer.
Yes. Yep.
Be ready for painting again bit time again.
and that trailer have done more miles round our garden than it did anywhere else.
Yeah, the more miles than it did on the road.
It's been moved yet again, so we could put the railway track down, but it's still on the drive.
Yeah.
Well, it's still on the garden actually. It's on the edge of the garden, side of the drive. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to get another coat of paint on it. I've been looking at all this nice weather we've been having, thinking, bloody hell, this is not very good. This is ideal painting weather.
Yeah, and I was thinking, well, you could bring your flask and you could get a coat of paint and we can talk to you out the window.
Yeah.
Just not nice.
To that, yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, can't give him a cup of tea. And I was thinking, I bet we could. Could get a cup of tea in a paper cup.
Yeah. Well, the boiling water should sterilise the cup, shouldn't it? Anyway, so you'd be all
yeah,
right.
probably. Yeah.
And,
so now you could bring your rocket stove, your Kelly kettle.
Yeah, Kelly kettle. Yeah, bring Kelly kettle. Yeah. And set up camp in the garden.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it'll be an issue in about a fortnight's time.
No, I don't think.
People are not seeing it as an issue now. I mean, my next door neighbour has visitors all the time, and has done throughout the lockdown, and whatnot. So people are not sticking to it at all. And I think it depends who it is that is visiting, sort of thing. I think if you had a lot of random people visiting, like there were hundreds of people that you were coming into contact with, I think it is worse than just the same sort of half dozen people that you sort of come into contact with.
I of a similar opinion. If you sort of know where those people have been sensible and they've not been in football crowds and pubs and different things.
Yeah.
And people are fairly respecting it, and you're still sort of respecting some of the social distancing type things and not drinking out the same cup or whatever. But then, yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, by far the most dodgy thing that I've done for the last few weeks is gone shopping.
Yeah, we've not even done that.
Because when you go out, that's when you do see people, isn't it? And they walk past you and stuff, or you have to touch a gate or something that somebody's touched or stuff like that. So, but that's the worst bit. But apart from going shopping, I've basically, other than seeing my mum, my dad, and two of the people that I walk dogs for, but I've seen them from a distance, because they've like opened the door. I've sort of knocked on the door with a dog lead, stepped back onto the road, and then they've sort of kicked the dog out the door to me, and I've grabbed it and put it on my lead and took it, and then sent it the other way when it's come back. So those people, I've been 5 or 10 meters away from, that alone 2, and that. So the only place where you come into contact with anybody is when you do have to go shopping, and there is a bit of that. I will say I have found myself holding my breath when I walk past people. And, you know, when you're in the shop, you walk past somebody, hold your breath. Don't breathe anything in.
Don't breathe.
Yeah. And I'm kind of assuming that sort of works.
Well, and that's what I was just saying with Sandra. She says, those people were near me. Whereas when we took the dogs out once a week, said, but it's fine. They're not coughing in the area and stuff. If somebody's just walking past and breathing normally, I can't see that being a problem. If they're coughing and spluttering and leaving moisture in the air, well, that is more of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the thing. Sorry, I was just reading the message there. I think the thing about it is exactly as you've said. Think about when somebody has ordinary flu.
Yeah.
Do you always catch it off them? You
Not
know,
necessarily. No.
Answer is no, isn't it? You only catch it if you're with them for any length of time. You know, in close proximity to them. Like if you get in a car with somebody who's got flu or something like that, and they're coughing and sneezing and that, and then you might catch it.
Because you're inhaling, breathing in the molecules what are in the air that they've expelled.
Yeah, sort of thing. But if you're outside, I don't think it's too bad, because immediately, even if somebody does sneeze or something, it's immediately being blown about and distributed by the wind, isn't it? And sort of diluted.
As long as you're upwind of them and it's not blowing into your face.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think people have just got to use a bit of common sense about it. What they did say though, if the idea of the lockdown is to try and get the number of people you pass it on to down to 1 or below, so it doesn't multiply the number of people with it. But they did say when it started that have the lockdown, they said that each person who had it would pass it on to 2.5 other people, I think it was. Well, if we hadn't had the lockdown and you've still been doing everything normally, like shopping and going to the pub and going to the cinemas and cafes and stuff like that, actually passing it on to 2.5 people's not very many when you think of the number of people you would come into contact with, is it?
No.
So that's the other way of looking at it. So you know, if they said that you pass it on to 20 people, I would have understood that, but you know, it's how contagious is it, sort of thing. And
isn't that just based on a law of averages, though, as to how many people most people would be in contact with?
I've got no. Well, yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah.
No.
I suppose, but I don't know how it works. Because you see the shops. I think it's more dodgy to stand 2 meters apart from somebody for 2 hours queuing at Tesco's than it is to be 1 meter apart from people and just walk into the shop, straight in, grab what you want and straight out again. Because although you're further away from them, you're there for a much longer period of time.
Yeah, it's all very. The thing is, there's no there's so little known about it really. It's kind of they're just doing their best, I suppose, aren't they? And I think one of the main reasons that they've introduced such social distancing measures and the queuing and stuff is just to stop rioting. If I'm quite honest.
You could, yeah, I suppose you could be right there.
Because it's
I've got to wake up. What do you mean rioting?
Well, or maybe not rioting, but you know, antisocial behaviour, I suppose, because there's less staff working in places, and like a lot of small businesses are shut. So, and it's easier for a small number of staff to control a queue and one person in, one person out than it is for free for all sort of thing.
You may have a point there, Jess. Yeah.
And so, for example, with the, you know, you're only allowed X amount of items, blah blah blah, and giving priority to NHS workers to zip in and zip out, it's a lot easier to manage if you've got a queue. Is what I think. So it's opinion, though. It's not based on fact.
You see, I think the limiting the items is a really, really stupid idea. Because,
yeah, but some people have been super grabby.
Yeah, well, let them be super grabby, because then they'll not be super grabby next week because they'll have got it. But
yeah, but at the beginning there was a lot of waste.
Yeah.
People were super grabby, and then it all went out of date, and they ended up throwing it away.
Why are you laughing? If there's salt in my tea, I'm not going to be happy. Is there salt in my tea? Salt and loads of cups of...
But you see, I had the stupid thing with Tesco's. I am now refusing to go into a Tesco's. I had the stupid thing with Tesco's where I went to Tesco's, stood next to people for 2 hours in this stupid queue outside, walked around Tesco's shop, found I could only get 1 bottle of milk. They were only letting you have 1 bottle of milk. So that week I had to go to Tesco's 4 times where I would normally have only gone once. So that's not helping you keep away from people, is it?
Yeah, it's. I think there's a difference from somebody going and getting what might be a few more than normal because they are shopping for parents, neighbours or whatever, as opposed to somebody going and getting a full case of baked beans. But like, we're still managing to get some bits from Tesco. We're limited to 80 items, but when they're selling bananas individually, and when they're selling a can of baked beans individually, where you could have had a 4-pack, now you can only have 1, but you can have 3 of them, that's a bit silly.
Yeah, it's all very silly, because why don't they just sell more? Why don't they get themselves organised, get more deliveries, sell more stuff? If I were running a shop, if I had a business, no one's running a shop, I'd be overjoyed if somebody came in and said, I want 3,000 tins of baked beans, please. I'd say, yes, there you go, mate. I'll go down the wholesalers and get some more.
I think the thing about a lot of stuff like flour, it is that
to do with packaging rather than...
It is to do with packaging, yeah. Because there's big sacks of flour available, like at bakeries, but they're not open.
Yeah.
And pizza places, they're not open. So yeah, it's all that's about packaging.
Yeah, the other thing is there's a lot of things that have closed that shouldn't have closed, that should have stayed open. They're like all takeaway food places. No chip shop should have closed, McDonald's shouldn't have closed, KFC shouldn't have closed, because they're all takeaway food places. They're on the list of things that should stay open. All vets should be open. All pharmacists should be open. All DIY shops should be open. They're all on the list of things that should have stayed open, and a lot of them haven't. Because
well, hopefully they'll open back up again first. Those sort of places.
Well, well, I don't think they will, because the people that have closed them are the owners of the businesses. They've not been forced to close by the government.
Oh, they're not?
No, it's the owners of the businesses that have closed them. And I think what it is, they're thinking, oh, right, we can get 80% of us money from the government as a handout. Why should we do any work?
Hmm.
And it depends, doesn't it? Like, it varies with circumstances. So, but I'm not fussed that McDonald's is shut. That's a win as far as I'm concerned.
I am.
and going like, Arnold Lavers has been sending things out. They're now doing a thing where you can go and do your shopping, but they're still not doing deliveries.
Like click and collect.
Yeah, they're doing a click and collect. But I had
Doing that.
I had our timber and fence, which was supposed to be delivered on the Tuesday as the shutdown happened on the Monday night. But why aren't the drivers doing delivery? Because it's the same people. They're not inviting people into the store and going and getting stuff. Just a lorry driver bringing out loads of stuff. But there you go.
Yeah.
It's not been handled by shops and places like that very well at all.
Well, it's unprecedented though, isn't it? So there's a lot of uncertainty.
I've carried on. I'm still dog walking. I've just carried on as normal. I've had no choice but to carry on as normal. You know, if I don't work, I don't eat. So I carry on. So I either die of coronavirus or die of starvation, one or the other. So carry on.
Don't catch it. Men are far higher risk than women.
Well, you just do your best not to catch it, but you know, just stay away from people. I do that pretty much anyway. So it's giving me an excuse. But yeah, I've had to carry on. I have got no choice but to carry on because you know, because that's how I make my living, and I've not, you know, if I don't work this week, I will not eat this week. It's as simple as that. So I carry on. But there's a lot of places. A friend of mine runs a burger van on an industrial estate, and when they first, before the lockdown happened, when they first said about being able to get sick pay without having to get a doctor's note anymore and get it from day one. The week that happened, that burger van's takings from the industrial estate where it's parked, that burger van's takings went down 70%.
Yeah.
Now that was at a time when there were only about 200 cases of coronavirus in the whole country at that point. Now, you can't tell me that all them people on that industrial estate have suddenly over that weekend gone down with coronavirus. No, of course not.
But you don't know the circumstances of those people. You don't know whether they themselves or members of their family were vulnerable and they're following the advice that they've been given.
There wasn't any of that advice at that point.
When are you talking?
It was before the lockdown. It was about a fortnight before the lockdown.
So mid-March?
No, it was before that. It was early March. It was before the lockdown. It was when they said, if you, to combat people with coronavirus going to work, we're going to let you have time off immediately, without question. And 70%, like I say, around about 70% of people on that industrial estate, it would seem, suddenly decided that they needed that time off.
Well, maybe you would if you were working a shit job on minimum wage. I mean, I didn't, but I like my job, so anyway.
Yes, but it's not right that people are not going to work when they should be in work and doing something, because that's when all your supply chains and stuff like that fail, and when Alan can't get his delivery of his stuff and all that sort of thing, you see. So I'm hoping that when all this is over, I'm hoping that people remember and support the businesses that have carried on before they give any business to the ones that took the easy option. That's what I'm personally hoping.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, lots and lots of I've not been to a supermarket since this. I've took one look at the queue and gone, nah.
How have you done that though, Jess? How have you managed to not go to a supermarket?
Well, no, that's not entirely true, because when we were in quarantine, when Leicester had it, we like way back, right at the beginning, our neighbours and family did drop stuff off to us. So we have had supplies from supermarkets during that time. But we get a veg box delivered every 2 weeks, and then there's 2 shops near me where you can do click and collect or deliver for other things like cupboard essentials, oil, pasta, rice, washing up liquid, laundry liquid, all that stuff, toothpaste. So if we need replacements of that stuff, then I just place it through that. And actually, with the fuel saved from going and not paying for fuel to go to the supermarket, not paying for all the packaging.
The point I'm making though, Jess, about this is that I found a lot of those little shops that should be open have been closed.
What, the ones that are selling food?
Yes.
Food?
Yes.
Right. That's a bit insane of them, because they're making loads of money. The ones
around here are selling blooming antibac gel and masks and gloves that are right hiked up price.
They also get a nice handout from the government for sitting down and watching telly all day and not opening their shop, aren't they? Plus, they've got no risk at all then if they're not opening the shop, have they? Or very little risk compared to what they would if they were opening a little shop.
Suppose.
Yeah.
Well.
So they're the ones I don't think should get any money. You know, when they've got a shop like that should be open, could be open, would still be profitable, I don't think they should get a government handout. Because A, they've got a business that will still be profitable, and B, it's a business that could do with being open.
There's going to be a big reckoning at the end of all this, isn't there? Because I'm sure there's a lot of opportunity for fraud going on. And
yes, I agree, yeah.
Presumably, so some of that will come to light. Hopefully, most of it will come to light.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in you doing the dog walking, because I do dog walking as well. And all my dog walking people are now at home, so they don't want me anyway.
Well, I've
been told I'm not allowed to go out anyway because I'm on 12 weeks stuck indoors.
I've got very few compared to what I had.
Right.
And that, but luckily I have got a couple that are basically disabled people who can't walk their dog.
Oh, I see. Right.
So whatever happens, you know, they go sort of a couple of times a week. I've got one chap at the minute, it's an insurance company that's employing me to walk his dog because he fell off his motorbike.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So at the minute, because he's damaged his legs, he can't do with the dog pulling him. He can walk about, but he can't do with the dog pulling him. So for 12 weeks, I'm walking that one 5 times a week. See, and the insurance company is paying for that. So, and that luckily came just at the same time as the lockdown came. So the ones that I lost, that's kind of made up for some of the ones that I lost.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And stuff. But dog walking is a thing that can carry on. There's nothing in the coronavirus legislation that says that has to stop.
Yeah, except apart from if you're a person who's advised to stay indoors for 12 weeks, then you can't do it, can you?
No, not if you're following the advice. But I'm not. So
is that? Have you been advised like that?
No.
Oh right, that's all right then.
He's not saying he's a vulnerable person.
No.
Oh right, okay, that's good.
Not in that way, anyway. But yeah, no, I've carried on, and it will be blazoned across my website that we are open for business as usual.
Oh, that's very good.
So yeah, so just carry on, because when you work out the numbers, if you look at the coronavirus numbers, in total, about one person in 64 has had it.
Well, there's some recent stuff come from New York where they did a great big they tested something like 30,000 people, and apparently 20% of people had it.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? So the symptoms vary so much from person to person.
Yeah.
And my friend who's a doctor at what's one of the big hospitals in London, she was saying the tests aren't 100% accurate anyway. So
yeah,
they are anybody that's presenting with the symptoms, whether they're, so the main reason they're doing the test is for statistics, to be honest. But anyone that's presenting with the symptoms, they're treating the same, whether their tests are positive or negative.
Well, you see, they're not testing in this country, but what I'm doing is I'm working it backwards from the death rate. If they originally said about 1% of people who catch it dies from it. So
yeah,
if
that's a lot of people in the country. 1% of the population. That's a lot.
Not,
no, 1% of people that catch coronavirus, not 1% of the entire population.
But but if it was going through the country like a common cold, and 1% of people caught it, no, not 1%. No, if everybody caught it, because it's totally infectious, then 1% of people would be dead.
Yes,
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why they're panicking about it. But but the point is, I've worked the numbers backwards the other way, and gone, right, how many people have died from it? And it's about 20,000, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'll be way more than that, Andy. It's just they can't keep up with the count. Like in a few years, we'll get the actual numbers after it's dissipated, won't we?
They're saying,
I'm going to interrupt because I need to go to my lunch is ready.
All right.
Yeah, mine probably is as well, Alan. But the point is, I've worked it out backwards, and I reckon it's probably about 1 million people that have had it. Whether they know they've had it or not is a different matter, because some people don't have any symptoms at all.
Yeah, true.
But I reckon about 1 million people have had it, which is about 1 in 64, because there's about 64 million people in the country. So it's still not a lot of people that have had it. So the point I'm making is, when you walk down the street, it's still less than a 1 in 64 chance you're going to meet somebody who's got coronavirus.
Yeah, but if we haven't got the lockdown thing, then the chance of meeting somebody would be vastly higher.
It'd still be 1 in 64, but you just meet more people. So obviously you'd meet, if you met 128 people in a day, you'd have met 2 with coronavirus. If you met 64 people in a day, you'd only have met 1. So yeah.
Yeah, but either way, you'd catch it. You just catch it in half a day.
Depends how close you get to them and all this business, doesn't it? I mean,
it's so debatable.
There is stuff from America that's been swept under the carpet here that says actually 2 meters is not a safe distance. It needs to be 5.
Yeah. Unless you've got a mask on. I don't know why they're not telling people to put masks on.
Because the NHS is so inept that they've not got enough equipment, and if they told us all to put masks on, they know they won't be able to get the equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
Because nobody could get disposable gloves. But I went into Poundland the other day and bought 8 packets. For £1 a packet. You know, that they don't always tell you the truth. This is the thing you learn from history. What they tell you is not necessarily the facts. You only have to look at your World War II history for things like that. All the iron railings that got chopped down as part of the
Oh.
war effort.
Terrible.
That was just a publicity stunt and a PR exercise, all dumped in the North Sea, because all that mixed iron of very low quality weren't any good for anything.
Oh.
So you can't make tanks
Yeah.
and Spitfires out of it. So they lied about that. The V2
Visual
rocket,
tragedy.
the V2 rockets were pushed up at the time they were dropping on London, and only came out after. So it makes you wonder, when all that stuff's come out from history, it makes you
Oh.
wonder what now they don't tell you.
Can I recommend a YouTube thing to watch? That's Dr. John Campbell.
John
He
Campbell, I thought
collates-
he was a country singer. Oh, that was
No, this is a doctor. No, he's not a GP or anything. And he's collating all the information from around the world, and it's worth a watch. He does a daily YouTube video about stuff, and he's a medical person, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'll give him a watch.
Give him a go.
I'll give him a watch. I need something to watch. I've
Oh,
run
yeah.
out of my normal things to watch. How's your thing getting on anyway, Joe? So we've got to
Oh.
shut down in a minute.
I should have stopped talking about coronavirus and focused on asking what to do about this, because I've gone and got one stuck in it. I put one on that side. Should I
Hang it.
have one on both sides at once? Can you see? There's one in there, so I need to get it out again.
Yes, there should be one on both sides.
Yeah,
at
one on
once, and
both
then
sides.
they kind of
Whack it on
melt
something
together.
hard, like stone on your doorstep or something, and it should come out. Or maybe some tweezers.
Right. I don't want to damage it.
Oh, they were dead cheap.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's
Oh, are they? Because I was looking at that and thinking, oh, that's just done on with one. So
no, it's two. Because can you see in the video face? There's different little wallets, and there's different types of eyelets.
yeah,
So one goes kind of into the other, and then
is that one side?
Yeah. So put your. Gosh, I should have had a practice. This is why I was saying you need to practice on something, because you won't get it right first time. So even if you just use that
Yeah.
bit, like a bit of card,
Yeah.
if I remember rightly, you put the flat one on the flat bit, and the more sort of the female on one side and the male on the other, sort of thing. And then
Yeah,
and then your material or your cardboard in the
yeah.
like on top, and then press.
But these have got a kind of cover over them. So does it make a hole in that?
Cool. Oh, the ones that are more like rivets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
I think that was just a mixed bag.
Oh, I see. So not those. I don't want those then.
No, you
Okay.
want the ones. See if I can draw it. They've all got holes in.
Right.
But I think one side is more convex. And yes,
Oh.
I've got one side.
I'm trying to puzzle out because the black ones seem one sort of thing, and the gold ones seem a
maybe
bit
it is
different.
Maybe it is just one. I've not used it in ever such a long time. I know on the eyelet press you use two. Try it. Just try it on the card.
Because I can't see that they fit well.
It might whiz round. It might curl round and attach to itself.
Well, it does fit. A gold one fits to a black one.
Give it a go. See what happens.
Give it a go. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay.
so
I'll have to
lay.
go and get
Have
this
you got
out.
a hard surface?
Yeah. Do you think just hitting it on that? It's in that bit. Do you think just hitting it there?
Well, you might like start press it first, and then when it's closed, if it's a struggle to press it together, then give the top of it a whack.
No, it goes together. Okay.
Right.
It
Okay.
goes together. It just doesn't want to come out.
Ah. Okay, so take that one out that's stuck in there, some tweezers or something, or
Right.
use the other ones, because you need your material in the middle of the eyelet press to.
Yeah, well, it
laptop
was.
too.
It was. I used that,
Right.
but that got stuck as well.
Oh no.
What's the other one? And the other one looks. The other one's not quite the same. That one's got a bit sticking out, and that one has got a much smaller bit sticking out. So maybe that one goes with the rounded bits. Maybe this one goes with these.
Could be. Right, I'm going to leave you two to it because I've got my lunch coming. But I'll leave the stream up for you, Jess.
All right. Is there anything we need to do when we leave? Does it stop recording?
No, it'll when you leave, just leave, and it'll carry on until I stop it. I'll pop back at some point and just stop it.
All right. Nice one. Nice to see you.
All right. Yeah. And,
Okay.
and you.
Bye, Andy.
And, yeah. And good luck with your whatever it is, cushion proof, whatever it is, Joe.
Duvet.
Oh, no poops here.
And we'll see you soon. Okay. Cheers.
Yeah,
bye
bye.
now. Bye.
Yeah, this is a mystery to me. Like, how do you get one to fit to stay on the up side?
So, if I remember rightly, the one with more of an indent stayed up there more easily. So I would use the flatter one as the one that was on the bottom, so that gravity would keep it on.
Just thought maybe I should look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So this is called an eyelet. Is it called an eyelet? No.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Eyelet press or eyelet maker. But if you put mini handheld eyelet press. Sorry, I should have had well, I didn't want to touch it.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
But I do remember playing around with it for a while, and the eyelets are super cheap off eBay, so don't worry about playing with it, and like don't worry about wasting them because you get loads in a pack. So just
okay, thank you.
play around with it and have fun, because I'm not going to use it until the next pair of shoes breaks and I need to, I'd only use that one for sorting out shoes.
Right, it's a handy thing, isn't it? I should have one. Okay, well, I'm going to go and I'll look up on YouTube.
Sorry to not be a better tutor.
No, it's not. It's amazing that you just came round with it. It's incredible.
Yeah, I love this neighbourhood. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take care.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have happened on a proper repair cafe, would it?
We have had Alan go round the corner to someone's house and fix their filing cabinet because it was way too heavy to bring in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. Well, now I've got your text number, your mobile number. I'll text you how I get on.
Yeah, fab.
Yeah.
All righty.
Right.
We'll see you next Saturday if I don't hear from you before then.
Yeah, you should do. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye for now.